Hello everyone, and welcome back to RL News Channel, your go-to destination for the latest developments in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Today, we're diving into a dramatic moment near Kharkiv, where thousands of Ukrainian drones are preparing to rain down on Russian convoys. What does this mean for the future of the war? Let's break it down. In recent days, military movements in northeastern Ukraine and Russia's Belgorod region have raised serious alarms. Intelligence suggests that Russia is preparing a massive ground offensive toward the Kharkiv region. According to the Ukrainian Center for Defense Strategy, Russia has amassed over 500 tanks, 600-plus combat vehicles, hundreds of howitzers, and more than 40,000 troops. Their goal? To capture Donetsk, Luhansk, and reach deep into eastern Ukraine, right up to the Oskil River. But Ukraine is not backing down. Around 20,000 Ukrainian troops, backed by tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery, are dug in around Kharkiv. Trenches are being dug. Bunkers are being reinforced. But there's one big issue: ammunition. With 155mm artillery shells running low, Ukraine is turning to something new and deadly. Ukrainian workshops are producing tens of thousands of these explosive drones every month. Originally racing drones, they've been transformed into kamikaze units, capable of hitting targets with shocking precision. Each drone is operated with VR-style goggles, allowing remote pilots to strike Russian tanks, vehicles, and infantry, even behind enemy lines. Recently, Ukrainian drones took out several T-72 Russian tanks, even those fitted with cage-style armor designed to deflect attacks. While these drones are powerful, they come with limits. Most have a range of just 2 miles, not enough to hit long-range artillery. But in close combat zones, they're changing the game, hunting down small Russian strike groups, and even disrupting vehicle evacuations. Meanwhile, Russia is feeling the pressure too. Facing massive losses, they're now pulling T-90S tanks, once meant for export, back into the fight. These upgraded machines are being rushed to the front lines to compensate for equipment shortages. With thousands of drones swarming the skies and both sides rushing to adapt, the battlefield near Kharkiv is turning into a deadly testing ground for modern warfare. Is this the start of a new chapter in the war, or a final push to control the East? With resources stretched thin and supply lines under pressure from prolonged fighting, the military has now begun exporting combat vehicles that were originally meant to reinforce its own troops. Over the past month, Russian forces in Ukraine have suffered significant losses. According to the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, more than 4,500 Russian soldiers, specifically 4,540, have been killed in recent weeks. Alongside the personnel losses, Ukraine reports that Russian forces have also lost 42 tanks, 103 armored combat vehicles, 104 artillery systems, and 36 drones during the same time frame. Since the full-scale invasion began on February 24, 2022, Russia is estimated to have lost a staggering 95,940 soldiers. In terms of equipment, Ukrainian figures suggest that the Russian military has lost approximately 10,425 tanks, 21,670 armored vehicles, and 30,759 drones. Ukrainian troops have also reportedly pushed back a Russian assault near the town of Zolota Niva in the southeast. According to the Ukrainian General Staff, Russian advances were stalled on the eastern Lyman front and in the southern Zaporizhzhia region. Meanwhile, the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, reported that, based on geolocation evidence, Russian forces have made small gains west of Bakhmut. On the other hand, Ukrainian troops have advanced southwest of Donetsk city. Intense clashes continue around nearby villages such as Bodanivka, Ivanivska, and Klishchivka. The ISW's latest assessment also highlights ongoing heavy fighting in and around Avdiivka, an industrial town in eastern Ukraine that has become a major battleground. The think tank confirmed Russian advances north of Avdiivka using satellite and location data. Ukraine has once again taken the operational lead, thanks to a string of tactical victories on the battlefield. After fierce clashes, Ukrainian forces managed to retake several strategic locations, including Pishchin, Kotlin, Shevchenko, and Saloni. These gains didn't just push the front line forward, they tightened the noose around Russia's western flank. But the real game changer? Ukrainian drones. These nimble UAVs weren't just scouting, they were hunting. Any Russian vehicle daring to move into contested zones was immediately targeted. Even dismounted troops attempting to slip into nearby buildings weren't safe. In fact, one Ukrainian drone team reported eliminating up to 20 Russian soldiers a day, highlighting just how costly Russia's repeated frontal assaults have become. Geolocated footage shows just how difficult the terrain is. With no proper road maintenance and heavy rains soaking the front, mud turned key routes into slippery death traps. One Russian driver, unable to control his vehicle, slid directly into a roadside landmine, another grim example of poor planning and hasty movement. Meanwhile, Russian forces sent a Bukhanka van, an old Soviet-style civilian transport, toward Uspanivka, but they didn't know it had already been spotted by a Ukrainian recon drone. The Ukrainians waited in concealed positions. When the van got close, they opened fire with a mounted machine gun. The bullets ripped through the vehicle, offering no protection for the Russian troops packed inside. The van erupted into flames, and the area was littered with Russian casualties, most of whom never even made it out of the vehicle. The Ukrainian team then slipped back into their hidden positions, ready to ambush the next wave. Footage from the aftermath shows a charred wreck, its fuel tank ignited by the firefight. Around it, fallen Russian soldiers lay still. Nearby, more destroyed civilian vehicles painted a haunting picture, proof that Russia was recycling the same failed tactics over and over again. Russia's current approach seems more about quantity than quality. Desperate to stall Ukraine's advance, commanders have been throwing wave after wave of troops at Ukrainian lines. It's a brutal strategy, effective only in slowing progress, at a staggering cost. Ukrainian forces, meanwhile, are exploiting every weakness, slowly strengthening their grip on the front. Should Ukraine continue this momentum, they could completely dismantle the Russian pincer movement, threatening the western flank. That's why Russia is pouring everything it has into this region, even if it means exhausting reserves. Russian commanders, short on troops, began pulling units from other parts of the front to reinforce this sector. But there was one problem they couldn't fix: armor. With a massive shortage of armored vehicles, they were forced to rely on civilian cars and pickup trucks to carry out assaults. A deadly gamble. Believing they had solved their manpower problem, Russia launched a renewed wave of high-intensity assaults, matching the scale of their earlier offensive aimed at capturing Pokrovsk. But unlike before, they made almost no progress. Take Uspanivka, for example. Ukrainians used drones not only for targeting, but for laying mines on key roads, effectively sealing off Russian advance routes. This wasn't just defense. It was a calculated preemptive strike to cripple Russia's plans before they could launch. Now Russia is reportedly amassing up to 30,000 troops for a new offensive in the Bova-Lyman direction. But if Ukraine can strike first, using intelligence, drones, and precise tactics, they could derail this entire buildup before it turns into a full-scale campaign. One decisive counterattack now could stop Russia from ever reaching the Oskol River. Ukraine's battlefield strategy is evolving faster than Russia can respond, and it's showing. With every drone strike and every reclaimed position, Ukrainian forces are rewriting the rules of this war. What do you think? Can Ukraine maintain the pressure and break through the Russian lines completely? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video insightful, Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update on the front lines.